I'll take a lunch break. I was thinking people who pay attention to what I post or my friends or what little family I still talk to, they must be like super confused with my moods. Like, is she bipolar? Is she all right? Cuz like one minute I'm posting, I'm not okay, and the next day I'm like, it's a new day, and if they only understood, like when you know, and it's the shifts, and I'm learning that I'm a conduit. I was already kind of feeling this way and realizing it, but I'm like the filter, like I constantly, even more so lately. I don't know what that means because he still has me blocked everywhere. I'm trying not to take it personal or get my feelings hurt, but I'm feeling my twin's energy shifts and his emotions so much more often than I used to. And some days are harder than others. Some moments are harder than others. And I operate based off these shifts. So beginning of last week, my husband's birthday actually, I was at a very low point, very low point. And what's crazy is it wasn't even me feeling that sad, and it wasn't even me feeling suicidal. But yes, I did. I did. I hate to say it, but I did take my husband's gun out of his dresser and put it to my head. And I told my husband, and I was like, lock this up, put it away, please. And he just held me for the rest of the night. And at some point, I snapped out of it and was like, what the were you thinking? Like, and on your husband's birthday of all days, your kids are downstairs. But the crazy thing about it was, it wasn't me. Like, I wasn't feeling suicidal. I wasn't that sad. But I'm constantly being a filter for my twin. It feels like the things that he doesn't want to feel, the energies and the emotions that he doesn't want to process, sit with, and unpack, he pushes it onto me and is like, I don't want this. You feel it. And I'm getting to a place where I can have discernment and decipher when it's my shit and when it's his shit. And so I've gotten to a place where I can differentiate when it's his stuff and when it's my stuff. And I've kind of been, so I love Doctor Strange. I love Doctor Strange. And so I've kind of been doing this visualization technique where when he's sending stuff that he doesn't want to feel, he's sending it my way to release it, which isn't fair because I've done enough crying, I've done enough releasing, I've done enough purging for the almost 2 years where I cry all the fucking time, all the time. And I never know when it's going to happen, but I can feel it when it comes on, and I have to run and go hide so I can let it out. I cry at Wells Fargo. I cry at my desk. I cry in the car. I cry at Walmart. I cry going on a walk. Like, it just, and when it's my stuff to feel, I release it. When it's his stuff to feel, I don't get to pick and choose when it when it transfers to me and I have to release it. So anyway, I've started this visualization, whatever, technique where I imagine I'm Doctor Strange and I'm doing this and I'm taking the energy and I'm taking his emotions that aren't mine to sit with, aren't mine to process, aren't mine to heal, and I'm kind of wrapping it in a heart. And then I'm pushing it. When it first started happening, especially on days where I just really wasn't in the mood, I was like hurling it back at him like a dodgeball. Like, this isn't mine to fill. Take it. And then I was like, oh, that's kind of mean. That's not sending it away with love. That's low vibrational. So I am slower with it, and I just send it back slowly. Like, I'm sorry, but this is not mine to process. This is not mine to heal. This is not mine to sit with. This is not my energy. This is not my pain. This is not my stuff that I need to sit with and heal. I'm sending it back to you to confront when you are ready. It doesn't have to be today. But unfortunately, there are days where I've done this several times a day and it gets exhausting. It gets exhausting. And I'm not always strong enough. But I'm trying, still navigating this journey of grounding myself and the discernment of what's mine and what isn't, and sending it back with love. Not so yeah, so everybody in my life or people that watch my stuff are probably like, 1 minute she's crying, 1 minute she's very sad, she's not okay, next minute she's posting a ton about her podcast and she's appears happy and everything's good. I'm just riding the shifts. I'm just riding the fucking shifts. I don't control this. I don't control this ride. I can't get off of it. I'm not in control. The shifts happen, and yeah, yesterday was hard. Yesterday was rough. Cried a lot, released a lot, and it's so much harder when I'm filling my stuff and he's also filling his stuff and pushing it my way. It makes it so much harder to deal with, especially if I can feel his missing me energy and I'm also missing my twin. It amplifies and it's worse. But yeah, I don't think it's fair anymore. It's not fair for him to continue to not heal. It's not fair because I've been on this accelerated healing journey for almost 2 years, healing my father wounds and inner child work and all that stuff, and focusing on myself and working on my podcast, writing books, going to concerts, doing things with my friends. And it's not fair. It's not fair for him to just be like, oh, I don't want to heal. I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to push that onto you. The best way to describe it is it feels like he needs it. The best example I could give is it feels like he needs to throw up, but he's like, I don't want to throw up. So I'm going to push the needing to throw up onto Mercedes. And then he pushes it onto me and I go, ugh! But I didn't need to throw up. He did. That's the best way I can describe it. Is there's emotions that he needs to feel, he needs to heal, sit, process through. And he's like, ugh, I don't want to do this. This is hard. And so he's like, I'm going to push it onto her. And he does. And then I release it. And that's not fair. It's not fair. I get that this journey is hard. It's painful. It sucks. Neither of us asked to be on it. So yeah, I just wanted to make this real quick on my lunch break and kind of explain, because I know people are just probably like, what is up with her? Like one minute she's just playing jelly roll, I am not okay, and making videos about how sad she is and how she has to cry all and release all the time, which I do. And then the next day she's just like, I can't help it. I can't. I am trying though to just be all the time, because that's normally who I am as a person. But if I don't release, it's 10 times harder for me. It's 10 times worse. It's like the universe is like, fine, don't cry and release today. But tomorrow, it's going to be 10 times worse. So you might as well just release. I release what's mine, get it out, cry, move on with my day. I'm in a good mood again. Sometimes I need 2 or 3 days. And then the stuff that's not mine, send back to my twin with love. That's what I'm learning. Because I've only been on this journey not even 2 years yet. So I'm still figuring this shit all out. But yeah, just wanted to explain that. Healing out loud, suffering in silence for the past year was not serving me. People who have no idea what I'm talking about, have not been placed on a healing journey, have not met their soul in another vessel that was the catalyst for their healing journey, are not going to understand. This is going to go over their head. But if you know, you know. If you've met your soul in another vessel and you're now on this spiritual healing journey, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But yeah. Thanks. Bye.